Hi there, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and what I will be serving up for you guys is a series of packages that I've received. Oh, and as a side note, whatever you're hearing in the background is my washing machine going on, so sorry about the noise, and also ignore the nails. As you can see, it is chipping. I don't know if it's because it's sparkly. It seems like when it's sparkly, it chips a little bit faster than just solid nail polish, but that is beside the point. Like I mentioned earlier, I actually got 3 packages. They were supposed to actually arrive a bit more spaced out, farther out. 2 of them are Kickstarters, and one is a mass market. I don't know if I'll be showing the mass market one because it is one that has been there for a while. People know it already. I mean, in case you need to know, it's the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Is that what it's called? Yeah, True Heart Intuitive Tarot, the one by Rachel Trusso. I don't know that I'll show this one. If you do want to walk through, I mean, I can certainly do it. Just let me know in the comments. And then the other 2, one actually was supposed to come way earlier in the year, maybe even late last year, but the creator, got sick and everything else, so things kind of went and slowed down a bit. But anyways, all this circumstance made it so that I got like a whole bunch of packages in the same week, which was last week. But I getting the chance finally to film. But anyways, I'll start with the first one of my packages. This right here, this came super duper fast, even ahead of the ETA that the creators made on Kickstarter. Way fast. I think I got the email with the tracking number, and maybe within 5 days, if that, the box was there for me to pick up. It's a really cool oracle. The creators are from locally, they're Canadians. And so what I'll be showing to you guys is the Fairytale Oracle. So here we are. We're just literally going to unbox it. And we have a little bit of packaged peanuts, which are biodegradable according to the creator. And also what came with the pledge is a really nice larger picture of one of the cards. Now I'm having a little bit of difficulty. The reason why I didn't take out the box originally is I had difficulties and still have in taking it out. It's as if the box was really fit. There we are. Exactly for the image, and for some reason I just could not get it out, and I didn't want to hurt it or damage it in any way. So this, I forgot which card this is. It's a pretty large postcard actually. Oh, there it is. It's the Briar Rose New Beginnings. But anyways, I'll tell you a bit more about the Fairytale Oracle. This campaign was back in December of 2021. It's an oracle that basically takes 44 different fairy tale stories, because it's a 44 card oracle, and I picks a particular lesson, if you want to call it that, from it, or a particular keyword that evokes from each of these stories. So so I think originally the ETA for this was November of 2022, but I guess because they were lucky with shipping and all of that, it came a whole lot sooner than this, and they were able to ship it to the backers right away. So this this oracle, let me remember, or actually look, it was created by Umbrella Tree Press. Exactly. So it's produced by Umbrella Tree Press. Here's the box. It's a really pretty purple. Okay, and I'll just remove the plastic before I read the back of the box. And they even have like straight up the USB code and everything like that. I'll put also in the description box if you're ever interested in getting it for yourself. I can't remember if you're able to order it right now, but I'll go and I'll check it out. If it is available to order, I'll put the link down below. So this is by, like I mentioned, this is by Umbrella Tree Press. It's a really nice box. It's two pieces and cardboard. And so what it says at the back is, once upon a time, an oracle came along with enchanted guidance for living a life full of passion and purpose. The Fairytale Oracle is a collection of 44 classic tales we have grown up loving. The cards, along with the guidebook, provide wisdom and fresh insights to your current situation. The beautiful illustrations are a visual treat, taking you back to the medieval era. Open the box and unravel the magic of fairytale. And as you can see by the example I showed with the postcard here, it's a very detailed style of picture. I don't know if it's digital painting or, you know, hand drawn, but it's really detailed, and I thought the images looked really nice, which is what attracted me to that. Let's open the box. It's a little bit difficult when there's no little holes on the side, thumb holes, so that you're able to, hold on, we're gonna do this. There we go. Okay. All right, and here we are. It has inside the box, it's very pretty, the aesthetic inside. Unravel the magic of fairy tales. We have a guidebook. Here in the guidebook, it is little black and white photos of each of the cards. See how to use the cards and meaning of the cards listed in alphabetical order, which is good to know. And then the credits. So here we are, the different cards. Then following this with the cards itself, well, see, as you can see, even through the box, we have some gold foil accents. Let me just remove this here. We have gold foil as well, which adds with the fairy tale book feel. I don't know if you remember those, especially those older what are they called, like those harder hardback books, and their pages sometimes, especially with like the fancy ones, they had gold on the edges on the pages. I think this looks really nice. And so here is the back of the box. Let me just put this aside. Now let's look at the cards. So this is the back of the cards. Again, ornate fairy book style. I mean, it is reversible. I personally, for oracle cards, I don't reverse the cards. I don't know of many people that reverse their cards in oracles, but should you do it, or should a card by mistake gets itself you know, upside down, you won't necessarily know it right away. As for the card stock, it's nice and sturdy. I was gonna say like oracle standard, but it's not oracle standard. I don't know if there's a typical oracle standard for the card stock. Now let me see if I noted it for the card stock, but it is what I'm going to call oracle standard size. So that would be 3.5 by 5 inches. And then as for the thickness, I mean, it's sturdy. I could do a good shuffle with that. All right, so now what we're going to do, I mean, yeah, I feel the whole deck, if I hold it in my hand, it feels sturdy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to look at each of the cards individually. Let me move that up. Actually, let me move a few of them stones. There you go. All right, so we will start with Abundance from the Merry Adventures of Robin Hood. That was the card that I got as a postcard. Balance, the Snow Daughter and Fire Son. I have to say, there are some stories that I do know about, that I have read in the past, and others that I don't know either as well or at all. Like, for example, the Fire Daughter and wait, yeah, the Snow Daughter, sorry, and Fire Son. That one I don't know at all. Though maybe it was a movie at some point. I don't know if I'm inventing stuff. Benevolence, the Queen Bee. Caution, the Golden Goose. And the images too, they remind me of either those old fairy tale books or those oh, when were those paperback novels around? Was it the 90s or the 80s, something like that? Charity, the Little Match Girl. There's like a certain period of time where all the novels had this like digital slash hand drawn, really detailed style of illustrations like this. Snow White and Rose Red. I do know about Snow White, but I don't think I know about Rose Red. Control, the 12 Dancing Princess. That is a lovely dress. And her hair is kind of in the style of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. That's just what I'm noticing. Creativity, the Peasant's Clever Daughter. Deception, the Girl and the Snake. Destiny, Cinderella. That is a pretty blue dress. Discipline, the Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. That might be that whole Boy Who Cried Wolf. I think that's the one there. Entitlement, the Story of the Three Bears. So that would be Goldilocks. Her expression makes me think that she's up to no good too. Escape, Rapunzel. Examination, Brides on Their Trial. I've never heard of that title. Expression, Snow Queen. That is a very pretty card, I have to say. The dress is beautiful, the crown itself. Faith, the Girl Without Hands. That's another one I've never heard of. Fearless, the Brave Little Tailor. I think that might be familiar. Forgiveness, the Water of Life. Again, never heard of. Fortune, Jack and the Beanstalk. I'll say this after that. Little Thumbelina for Freedom. I just figured out in my brain what those images remind, and a place where I saw those style of images. If depending on your locale or what's around you, if you have Jehovah's Witness that would come by to your house, or sometimes in the street, that would come and try and talk to you, and then to see if you wanted to have them over to talk about Jesus and Bible studies and all that. I remember, especially when I was young, they used to give like these pamphlets on different topic. It could be anything about like, oh, are the last days here, or something about family or whatever. And they had these arts that were as detailed as this, which made it look like it was a painting, but not quite. That style of image, exactly like that. Or let me see, it would be an example like this, where it's, and then it was always a blurb about how with the blurb of we can be together, or God has a plan for you and for all of us. And it was always these type of images like that, where it was highly detailed. Now, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know, but that is what it reminds me of. Now, the Nightingale is for gratitude. Guidance, Puss in Boots. Although I don't see the cat, unless he's supposed to be the cat, but I don't remember the cat turning into a human in the story. Humility, the Wicked Prince. I don't know, would that be, is that a show of humility? Seems like he's pretty upset. Integrity, the Frog Prince. Very lovely. Intention, how King Midas lost his ears. I don't think I know that story about King Midas. Judgment, the Real Princess. I don't think that's the Princess of the P, but that's what it makes me think of. Loyalty, the 40 Thieves. Would that be Alibaba? Magnetic, Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. Okay, so at first I was thinking that the fairy tales taken would be, well, it seemed to me as I was going through that it seemed that most of them were somewhere either in Europe, whether it be like, yeah, somewhere European, but then I'm seeing a few like the Nightingale or Aladdin, the 40 Thieves. That's a bit more Middle Eastern, North African type of thing. New Beginnings, Briar Rose. Overwork, Rumpelstiltskin. Patience, the Goose with the Golden Eggs. Perseverance, the 6 Servants. It really feels like they took like real images of stuff and then kind of digitally added on stuff. Power, the Emperor's New Clothes. Bum alert. I always thought that was a pretty funny when I was a kid. Promise, the Boy and the Wolves. Okay, tell me that that does not look like a Harlequin book. Isn't that like a Harlequin book cover? Like something about what kind of title would that be? That would be something like the Ranger's Promise or the Wild Ranger or something like that. Release, the Shroud. Ooh. Resourceful, Hansel and Gretel. Sacrifice, the Mermaid. Yeah, the real story of Little Mermaid is a bit sad. I thought it was kind of sad. Secrets, the Gypsy Queen. That totally also looks like a Harlequin cover. Selfless, the Wild Swans. Temptation, Little Snow White. Okay, there's a difference between Snow White, Red Rose, and then this Little Snow White. All right, I'd be interested to see what's the difference in the book. Transformation, the Ugly Duckling. Transparency, the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Trust, Little Red Cap, which I believe is also named Red Riding Hood. Unconditional Love, Beauty and the Beast. There you go. Speaking of which, I was wondering if that one would pop up. And here you go. This is how we close up. So now what I'm going to do, I will be shuffling these. We'll pull one out and see how the guidebook is structured and how they explain it. So far, like I mentioned, I like the art, highly detailed. It reminds me, like I mentioned, of those Harlequin book covers. Not that it's a bad thing, but I don't know, it's a bit of a nostalgia, which I guess you could say lends to the whole fairy tale. Because usually you tend to read fairy tales when you're young, or they're read to you when you're young for bedtime or story time. And I have to say, oh, and also the card stock, it is a matte. It's matte. It clumps a little bit, but I don't have too much difficulty in shuffling them, probably because it's only 44. There's not more than that. If there wasn't a bit more, I might have a bit more difficulty. I have bigger hands, so I can shuffle them both ways. So I can shuffle them on the long way like this. I like how I cut the cards and it cuts straight to the Emperor's New Clothes. And on the large way, I don't have much issues. So let's see if we can get a card and we'll see what the guidebook says. That is a clump. Okay, let's just cut and draw. I also enjoy shuffling a lot. So 2 and 3. All right, we got Forgiveness, the Water of Life. Okay, so we'll grab the... Oh no, the box fell! Oh, I hope I didn't... Okay, I didn't ding it. All right, so let's see what it says. So it did mention that it is in alphabetical order in there. So we'll go to the F. Freedom. So what we see here is for each card, they have where it's the story from, the keywords, a quick reading, and then two paragraph of about the card. So let us see what it says. So forgiveness from the story, The Water of Life. Keywords: understand, tolerance, let go. Quick reading: forgiving yourself and others is the most effective way to free yourself. The Water of Life story is about a dying king whose only chance for survival is to drink water from a fountain of youth. His 3 sons embark on a journey to find the Water of Life. However, it is the youngest prince who makes the discovery. The 2 older brothers, full of envy, steal the water and frame the younger brother for misleading the king. Eventually, the king uncovered the truth about his youngest son. The betrayal by the brothers is also forgiven and forgotten. Forgiveness is essential for our growth and happiness. It can be difficult to forgive betrayal and easy to hold on to the hurt and anger. However, by doing this, you are harming no one but yourself. A fitting analogy is to learn to let go and flow like water. Envision yourself having the same qualities of water, free and fluid. Empty your mind and forgive the way you have also been forgiven. You deserve peace to go on with life. She's pretty nice. I like it. I like it. It gives a quick little tidbit about the story. I mean, with the internet being what it is, if you want to read the whole story, I'm very sure it's quite easy to find the complete story about it. But just for the quick tidbit, you can see, what the story is about, and what's the point of that being the keyword, or the forgiveness being the keyword. I like that there's a quick reading if you don't, if you're doing maybe a quick 1 card pull for yourself and maybe you don't have time to read the whole thing. So that little thing is quite nice. Maybe some people would have liked to have this on the card, but I do like that. I like that it has just the forgiveness and the story itself. If it gives you the chance, either you go in the guidebook, you look it up, or if you have a bit more time and you want to read the story for yourself, you can go and look up the story and then draw even your own conclusions. But for forgiveness, I'm reading that little tidbit. To me, it's quite good. Now, I will say, if you take it just out of the box and read it, if you're not familiar with, many of those fairy tales, there are some that I'm familiar, but something like the Water of Life, I didn't know it. So I definitely would have to rely on the guidebook at least, so that I have an idea what why is forgiveness with that. If you are a fairy tale buff, then you probably most likely maybe won't have to do that. You probably be able to get what it means by that. But if it's a more famous quote unquote story like Cinderella or or Hansel and Gretel, resourceful, you remember the story, you're like, oh yeah, I can see. Or Sacrifice, the Little Mermaid, you can or even Temptation, which fell out. I don't know where it is now. Yeah, Temptation, little Snow White. You know that Snow White got tempted by an apple, and that's how she ended up in the predicament she was in. Well, other than the evil stepmother story bit. But this, to make a conclusion, as we can call it that, the Fairytale Oracle, very nice. I really like the purple color scheme of the cards, the ornate backs, very good cardstock, and I like the gold foil. The images I really like I mentioned, it reminds me of those 80s, I think it's like some 80s 90s like era type of storybook printing, very realistic. Good to shuffle. It clumps a little bit on me. I think it probably has to do with it being new and I haven't used it a lot, so that's probably why it's giving clumps. So the more that I use it, the more that it'll kind of separate itself and I won't have that many clumps. But still, it's a nice shuffling experience, I have to say. Not too hard to shuffle to myself. The guidebooks, I like how it's set up with the keywords, a quick reading, or a little bit more in depth with the two paragraphs. And what else can I say about this? This would definitely be like a one a day. Well, for me, a daily or weekly type of pull the card and focus on it type of thing. Now let me see. I want to see if there is. I haven't checked in the guidebook if there are. No, there aren't any spreads suggestion, but it does show about how to use the cards, preparing for the reading. So here they go about a few ritual, washing your hands, having an ambience. Of course, you can take it or leave it. Some people are they're gonna go the whole 9 yards. Some are just gonna take it out the box and shuffle and go. They have some example of questions that you can use. They do have like a single card, 3-card spread, all card spread. That's how to select the cards, but then interpreting the message. But yeah, as of right now, when I looked at the Kickstarter page, I didn't see any links about getting a copy. I'll look around. If I see there's a store or anything set up, I'll put it up in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But until then, thank you for taking the time. I'm not very good at spreading cards, and it's not spreading very nice to me. It's gonna need a bit more shuffling. But thank you in any case for spending some time with me to discover the Fairytale Oracle. And if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section down below, right here. Down there. And until next time, thank you for spending some time with me to unbox and flip through all these cards. So until next time, bye bye guys.